Welcome everyone to Things Around 8. Dear friends, in this video, we will talk about how Ukraine is preparing for a possible Donald Trump victory in the November presidential election. And if you are not yet subscribed to the channel, subscribe now and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any news. In the presidential debate this Thursday, June 27th, between President Biden and former President Trump, the current president's performance left a lot to be desired, reinforcing fears about his health and mental capacity to continue in the role of leader of the greatest military power on the planet. With a speech that was often shallow, jumbled, disjointed and even unintelligible, Biden showed weakness, allowing Trump to grow and dominate throughout the debate. All of this was reflected in the perception of voters, who elected Trump as the winner of the night, by a wide margin. Trump's clear victory in the debate will certainly lead to an increase in voting intentions for the November elections, increasing the chances of his return to the White House and therefore, increasing fear in Europe and especially in Ukraine. But why are Europeans and Ukrainians so afraid of Trump's eventual return to the White House, and how is Ukraine already preparing for this scenario? In the debate on the 27th, the differences between Trump and Biden regarding the Russian invasion of Ukraine were quite evident, with Trump repeating what he has said several times, that if he were president in 2022, Putin would not have invaded Ukraine. Biden also repeated his traditional speech, classifying Putin as a war criminal, and saying that if the Russian attack on Ukraine is not stopped, Putin will continue to advance against other countries. A reference to Georgia, invaded by Russia in 2008, and Moldova, part of whose territory has been under Russian occupation since 1992. Biden also accused Trump of wanting to withdraw the United States from NATO, an intention that Trump himself hinted at several times during his first term. Trump, for his part, stressed that the conditions demanded by Putin to end the war are unacceptable, conditions that include the complete annexation of the 4 Ukrainian regions, currently under partial military occupation by Russia. However, Trump did not attack or criticize Putin, preferring to attack and criticize Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, calling him the greatest salesman in history, who has obtained tens of billions of dollars in financial and military aid from the Biden administration since the beginning of the Russian invasion. Trump ended his speech on this subject by saying that he will be able to resolve the war quickly. But he did not give any details on how he intends to do so. This lack of clarity about his strategy for Ukraine and the harsh criticism made against financial and military aid to Kyiv increase fears that Trump's plan to end the war involves simply cutting off the supply of weapons for Ukrainian defense, something that, in his view, would force Ukraine to surrender and consequently put an end to the war. Ukraine is obviously well aware of this risk, with Zelensky trying to prepare for a possible scenario of Trump's victory. This preparation mainly involves signing mutual security pacts and agreements with as many European countries as possible. Since the end of 2023, Zelensky has signed 17 mutual security pacts with 6 other European countries, and he also intends to sign them, pacts that, among other things, guarantee a continuous flow of weapons to Ukraine for the duration of the Russian invasion, with sources reporting that if all these pacts are enacted into law by the respective parliaments of the countries that signed them, Ukraine will be able to secure $15 to $20 billion in weapons and ammunition for its defense annually. This is without counting the official support of organizations such as the European Union, which recently approved a package worth €50 billion, and also NATO, with special military aid packages involving only some of its European members. It is also important to emphasize that some important initiatives such as the F-16 fighter jets, essential to increase Ukraine's defense capacity against Russian airstrikes, involve only European countries, with the United States limiting itself to training some Ukrainian pilots. And this Thursday, June 27th, Zelensky was in Brussels to mark the formalization of the beginning of Ukraine's accession process to the European Union, taking the opportunity to sign 3 other mutual defense pacts, one of them directly with the European Union, reinforcing, once again, his strategy of reducing Ukraine's dependence on the United States in terms of defense, a preventive measure that aims to ensure that your country will be able to continue defending itself from the Russian invasion, even if Trump is elected and reduces or completely cuts off financial and military aid for Ukrainian defense. And if you are not yet subscribed to the channel, subscribe now and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any news.